All right, moving on to weirdly, and I didn't think it was boring, but because like Germaine de Randamie offered, this was probably the most boring fight of the card. I mean, you got some really good fucking fights, but Amanda Nunes defends her bantamweight title against Germaine de Randamie. And, you know, Amanda comes out hot, but this mainly turned into I mean, she was struggling with some of the stuff that Germaine was doing on the feet. And this is where being a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, though, just comes into play, right? Because I know that there were a lot of people probably were, but Germaine couldn't defend the takedown. Like, there were probably a lot of people who were wishing it would stay on the feet longer, but, like, once you started seeing Germaine find success on the feet, Amanda's a champion. She went in, took it down, and, you know, nullified everything that Germaine was doing. It might not have been the most exciting bout in the world, but, you know, Amanda Nunes still went out and proved why she's the best fighter. She got she had to face a little bit of adversity with a very, like, skillful and very long, rangy fighter. And a girl who gave her some problems on the feet. And even on the ground, Germaine was landing some of those up kicks. Germaine she was very defensive on the ground. She didn't have much to offer in terms of offense to get back to her feet. So it was a hard fight for her. But maybe exposed, I don't want to say exposed, but maybe showed a couple things where you can like find success against Amanda, you know? But again, like one of the things that makes Amanda Nunes one of the best in the world isn't just that she's a phenomenal striker. And it's not just that she has like knockout power, which is what you see do to a lot of girls, right? But it's the fact that when the fight's not going her way, she can always find another way to win. And while Germaine, if they got into a pure kickboxing match where Germaine could like just use her range and stuff and, you know, kind of wear some of that power out of Amanda that she carries in her hands, especially early on in the fights, you can't do that in MMA, man, because you can get taken down, and Amanda just had great timing on all of her takedowns. And there were even a couple where she didn't, and she was just able to outmuscle Germaine. So to me, don't get me wrong, not the most exciting fight in the world, but Amanda Nunes still went out and proved why she is the best mixed martial artist in women's MMA, in the history of the sport. And props to Germaine for, giving Amanda Nunes some trouble. And I said this when we were breaking down this fight. Amanda Nunes has almost had like a moment of realization, right? Like, oh my God, like I got this. Like, not that she's never had it, but like really come to terms with the fact that she has incredible knockout power. So she's not afraid to trade with girls, right? I mean, she knocked out Cyborg. And throughout this fight, I think you saw that Germaine was probably a more technical fighter on the feet than Amanda, but it just didn't matter, right? Amanda's still going to be Amanda. And now you got to wonder what's next for each of these guys, or each of these girls. Sorry, I just did a thing in my head where I remembered I didn't say who each of the last guys in the previous fight should fight, or who Jose Aldo should fight next. So let me go back to Jose Aldo real quick. I think Jose Aldo, I don't know. You want to see him fight like a top contender in that weight class, but it might be Henry Cejudo. Dana White doesn't hate the idea, right? So don't be surprised if that does happen. And for Marlon Moraes, shit, man, I really don't know. Like I said, 135 is in such a tough place right now. But anyway, I don't want to get too off topic from what we're talking about. Amanda Nunes, I don't know, because you had Irina Aldana knock out Ketlin Vieira on the prelims, and Ketlin Vieira is ranked number 2 in the world. You know, so it's like, I don't know. There's not a lot left for Amanda that makes you think like, oh, there's a real threat right there, you know? Because, maybe the most threatening girl to her title is Valentina Shevchenko, and I think Valentina belongs at 125, you know? Whereas Amanda's fought all the way up to 145. But Amanda and Valentina have gone the distance twice. I don't know. It's just, you get the feeling when Amanda Nunes is fighting, it's kind of one of those things that's just like, who's next in line? Like, there are a lot of top contenders who are competitive within themselves. And then you get to Amanda, and it's like a mass. It was like Demetrius Johnson in the flyweight division for so long before Cejudo came along. Like, all these people are really good when they're fighting each other, but then they fight the girl at the top, and it's like, whoa, big difference here. We got, there's a significant gap in the talent level between Amanda Nunes and the rest of the division. So we'll see. And for Germaine de Randamie, she already knocked out Aspen Ladd, who is one of the top contenders in that weight class. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. This is why playing matchmaker is tough, because you've got both of the 135-pound divisions are in such weird states right now for both men and women.